Good morning one and all. Now in today's class we'll be studying about causes of industrial sickness. Now let us understand what do you mean by industrial sickness. Sickness means what, or else what do you understand by a sick unit. Sick unit means what, which unit or industry is falling under loss. That particular unit or industry is called as a sick unit. Now many a times what happens, industries will not only be profitable, at times it will incur any kind of the loss, or it will be a sick unit. So this is called as a sickness or sick unit. Now let us understand what are the causes of industrial sickness, means what are the causes or what are the reasons of this industrial sickness. In that, first one is internal problems are there and external problems. Now let us understand which are the internal problems. In that, first one is defective selection of business idea. Now these internal problems which are there within the organization. Like defective selection of business idea means what, like suppose imagine that the entrepreneur, he doesn't have enough business idea, he fails in choosing the right ideas which are there, then that problem will be caused, or that is the reason for a sick unit or sickness being caused. That is defective selection of business ideas. Means for such reasons which are there, now whatever the ideas are being generated, whatever the selection of ideas are there, they should try to select the best and the right ideas which are there. Suppose if they select the wrong ideas, or they choose the wrong methods or wrong business ideas, then at that point of time the industry will become sick, means sickness will be caused, or the industry will occur any kind of the losses. So that is called as a defective selection of business idea. Means there should be a proper selection of ideas been there in the business. Suppose if they choose or select some wrong ideas or wrong methods which are there, that time what happens, the industry will cause the loss. The next one is improper implementation. Now what do you mean by implementation? Implementation means what? Putting the ideas into action. That is called as a implementation. Like many a times what happens, the manager will be having many good plans in his mind. He will be thinking many great things or many good things that we will do like this, we will construct this industry, that industry and all that. But suppose if he fails to implement that, or suppose if he fails to put that plan into action, that time what happens, obviously the industry will occur the loss, or obviously it will become a sick unit. So that is improper implementation. There is no proper implementation, means no proper putting the plan into action. Suppose what happens, whatever plan has been set by the manager, suppose if they put that plan into action or try to implement that, that time what happens, when they try to put the plan into action or try to implement the plan, that time that industry will be profitable. But suppose if they fail to put that plan into action, then it will cause a sick unit, or that time that industry will come into loss. That is improper implementation. That is if there is no proper implementation of the plan. The next one is inferior quality. Now what do you mean by superior quality and inferior quality? Superior quality means what? High quality. And inferior quality means what? The low quality which is there. Now suppose if the industry will try to use the products which are of low quality, which are of no good quality products or low quality products, that time what happens, the industry will come into loss, or that time only there will be industrial sickness. So that is called as a inferior quality or the low quality which is there. The next one is inadequate finance. Now what do you mean by inadequate finance? If there is no proper finance or funds being provided to the industry. As you already know that finance at least is the lifeblood of the organization. Without money or without finance, the industry cannot run. So there should be sufficient enough finance. That time only the industry will be profitable. But inadequate finance means what? Suppose if there is no proper finance or sufficient finance available, that time what happens? The industry will become a sick unit, or they will be causing loss in the industry. That is inadequate finance means no proper availability of finance, or how much sufficient funds are available are not being provided to the industry. The next one is high labor turnover. Now what is the meaning of labor turnover? Labor turnover means what? The laborers who are working in one company, they will leave that company or organization and go to the other company. Now what are the reasons why this laborers who are there from one company, they will leave one company and go to the other organization? The main reason may be what? They may not be satisfied with the salary, or they may not be satisfied with whatever the working conditions are there, okay, or they may not be satisfied with other facilities provided in the organization, or they may not be satisfied with whatever opportunities they are getting in that company. So like that way, many reasons are there why the laborers or the workers, they will leave one company and go to the other organization. That is called as high labor turnover. If many people or if many laborers will leave an organization and go to the other company, that time what happens? Obviously the industry will occur the loss, okay, or the industry will become a sick unit. Then next one is old technology. Now what do you mean by old technology? Now if the industries are using the old technology which is there, okay, the old technological machines, tools and all that, okay, because of that also the industry will become a sick unit, or it will cause the loss. Why? Because what happens? They are using the old techniques of production and old technology. Nowadays, because of the advancement in the new machines, new technological machines are coming, okay, so they should try to adjust and adopt to the new techniques which are there. But only the workers are adopting only the old technology, and because of that only the industry will come into loss. The next one is external problems. These which we had studied these were the internal problems. Now let us understand which are the external problems. In that, first one is what? Lack of infrastructural facilities. Like suppose if there are no proper infrastructural facilities been provided to the employees. Now what do you mean by infrastructural facilities? Like in an industry or organization, they should provide proper availability of whatever facilities are there. Proper ventilation, means proper drinking water facilities, proper department should be there, okay. But suppose if they are lacking in such kind of the infrastructural facilities, means if suppose that industry doesn't have sufficient or enough facilities been provided, then obviously the company will come into loss. The next one is marketing problems. Now which are the marketing problems? Like suppose what happens, in order to do proper marketing, there should be proper advertisement and sales promotional activities, okay. For that also more funds or finance may be required in order to do proper advertisement or sales promotion, okay. There are various marketing problems also been faced. Because of that also the industry will come into loss. The next one is problem of power. Now if there is no sufficient or enough power supply or electricity supply provided to the industry, that time what happens? The industry will become a sick unit. Suppose if the industry has to run only on the current or electricity, but apart from that, if they are not being provided with sufficient power or electricity supply, then obviously the industry will become a sick unit, or it will come into loss. So these are the various causes of industrial sickness. Just briefly we'll understand. It's been divided into internal problems and external problems. Internal problems was what? Defective selection of business idea, means they're not choosing the right ideas or the business, okay. And improper implementation means whatever ideas or whatever plan has been set, suppose if the manager will try to fail to implement that or put that into action, that time also it will become a sick unit, or the industry will come into loss. Then inferior quality means superior quality is there and inferior quality. Inferior quality means what? The low quality which is there. Suppose if they are using the low quality products and all that, okay, that time only what happens? The industry can become a sick unit, because if the quality of the products is low or less, that time the customers may not try to purchase those products. Then inadequate finance, if there is no sufficient enough money or funds finance available, okay, then there is problem of finance. Then that time what happens? Industry will become a sick unit. Then high labor turnover. What do you mean by high labor turnover? If laborers or workers of one company, they are leaving that company and going to the other organization, that too question of not only one or two laborers or workers, but if many workers are leaving one company and going to the other organization, that time what happens, the industry will become a sick unit. Okay, because the industry will come into loss if many laborers are leaving that company and going to the other organization. Then old technology. Now if the industry is using the old technology or old techniques or old technological machines and all that, okay, that time also what happens, the industry will come into loss or it becomes a sick unit. Then we had said about the external problems, lack of infrastructural facilities. If there are no proper infrastructural facilities been provided to the employees, okay, means whatever requirement of maybe drinking water facilities are there, or proper ventilation or proper departments are there. Then marketing problems. Apart from that, the industry also faces the marketing problems. In marketing, what happens, there should be proper advertisement, sales, promotional activities and all. Then problem of power. If there is no proper supply of power, current or electricity, that time also the industry will become a sick unit or it will come into loss. So these are the causes of industrial sickness. Thank you.